Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You've made it halfway home here. All right, we're right in the midweek here at the peak of our fitness. I doubt it, as we're only climbing that mountain, getting higher and higher each time. All right, today we've got simply squats and presses. All right, now your first 25 squats are going to be done ideally with a sandbag, or let's call it our backpack. All right, even if you do have access to a dumbbell or you have access to plates, we're going to encourage you to try and either stuff those inside the bag, because we're looking for kind of that awkward object to hold. Obviously, if you don't have access to that, the others are going to suffice. But if we can, let's fill that bag up as best as we can. Or you're going to clean the bag up to your chest. You're going to be holding this what we call a bear hug, or it's going to be held right in front. So to clean that bag up, all right, you're going to get both hands on either side. Just again, from that side profile, recognize I'm not rounded, but my hips are high, my butt is back, belly is tight. All right, I want to think of essentially deadlifting and shrugging into my chest, catching, pinching my elbows together. So again, think you're squeezing that bag together. You want to do your best to not be holding it from the bottom, but again, deliberately trying to maintain that tension through your pecs by squeezing your arms towards one another. From here, all right, squat stance should be set. It's butt back, it's knees out, coming all the way down, and then squeezing your glutes as you press the floor away, coming to a full stand. All right, you will perform 25 sandbag squats. Again, if you don't have access to that backpack, you can alt for a goblet squat, for example. All right, or if you have a plate, another option is trying to hold that in a front rack, simply put, by again squeezing those elbows together. If that feels too awkward, oops, you can have it even across the back. This is also not a bad option. So any way that you can somehow weight your squat, we're going to encourage that. After you've done that 25 times, it's going to be 25 sandbag push press. So obviously this should be much heavier than something you could just pick up. You would clean it up to the shoulders. All right, think dip, pressing those knees out, but my feet again stay glued to the floor. From here, driving through that midfoot, shrug and punch. All right, so you want to make sure that we're not jerking, so my legs stay locked. As I come back down, elbows track forward, heads out of the way, dip, squeezing those glutes, squeezing the quads as I press overhead. Again, it's a push, press, so make sure we do not jerk underneath. If you have a dumbbell and something which you feel confident you can perform, all right, again, it would be dip, squeeze, punch, as it's push, press, not jerk. Same thing with a plate, all right? Getting that plate up to that front rack, if you will. Elbows are down, dip, squeeze, punch, okay? You'll do 25 reps of those. If you don't have any access to those weights, that's okay. All right, we're gonna have you just do the second part first, where it's 50 squats, 50 push-ups, all right, and then we'll have you rest and repeat. But kind of fast forwarding ahead of ourselves, once you've done those 2 rounds of 25 and 25, for those of you that do have access to that weight, okay, the second 2 rounds are now going to be weightless, so it's just going to be 50 air squats. Heels will be shoulder width, toes will be pointed out, butt back, knees out, all the way down, all the way up, all right? And then for that push-up, we just want to be honest with our range of motion here. You're going to have your wrists underneath your shoulders, squeezing your legs together, elbows will track back, belly and chest to the floor, pushing the ground away. If you need to modify that, obviously the assisted push-ups are your next best option. All right, having your knees on the ground, your hips are still open, elbows track back, pressing the floor away. If you still need to modify that, you can hopefully find a ledge, all right, even something as simple as an elevated terrace, or it's not a terrace, but whatever you call that. For an elevated push-up, you can use stairs in your house, you can use a chair, you can use a bed, but again, make that chest get to the ground. Just to reiterate, if you don't have access to those weights, all right, we'll show you the better scaling option written out below, all right, but you're essentially doing the second part of this workout twice with the details to follow. All right, but good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Try and find some heavy weights if you can. We're gonna get it heavy and then get it light and get a full sweat all the way through. Good luck.